Episode 2 of Sync Life. This is going to be a great interaction. We're going to get some fire for everybody. You are going to blow your mind, but at the same time, get you ready to move forward and stop being stuck. I'm here with Andreas Hoyos, CEO of Sync Brokerage. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Second episode, Sync Life. We're actually excited. I'm going to turn off my phone. We're actually very excited. The whole point of doing this podcast is to share value, share content, keeping things real. I know that, along the way, we're going to piss off some people. Some people will love us. Some people will, hate us. And other people will be very grateful for the content, the information that we're sharing, because it's going to save them time and headaches. So today I'm actually very excited, and I'm looking forward to start, the content today, the subject that you brought up today. I see a lot of value, and I don't know why, but I'm feeling like fighting with you today.
We should have brought our boxing gloves.
I ask you, what can I do to piss you off today?
And I said, slap me in the face and watch
the
immediate reaction is a right hook to the chin.
What do you guys think? Should I slap Winston?
He won't be making it out of the building.
But tell me, Winston, so why the subject today that you picked? You picked this one today.
Listen, the subject is, agents getting ready to get ready all the time. It happens. I have one-on-one meetings all the time. I sit with agents. I coach. I've been coaching. I actually coached over 1,000 agents over the 12 years experience. And, it comes down to the same thing. They're always getting ready to get ready, or they're stuck, right?
Right.
And let me give you an example. It's like I'm here at my desk. I'm ready to make some phone calls, and I'm calling my sphere of influence, past clients, people who know me, like me, and trust me and want to do business with me. And so I sit down, the chair's right, computer's up, and I notice the computer is a little dirty. So what do? I get up, I go to the kitchen, I go to get something to clean off the laptop, and then as I'm walking back, I realize there were dishes in the sink, and I should have cleaned those dishes in the sink.
That's when the agent is working from home.
That's when they're working from home. That's why I always recommend, spend some part of the day in the office.
Okay.
It builds, you don't need to be there all day. Any agent who's at the office all day is either a manager of the office or they're not productive. You know what I'm saying? So going back to the story, they do the dishes. Now they get back to the computer. They realize, oh my gosh, it's lunchtime. So now I got to go eat. So then they cook themselves something, make a sandwich, whatever it is.
Right. They find an excuse in between actually the prospecting time.
Before the prospecting time. And what brings you business is prospecting, right? So by the time they get to the computer, they realize, oh, I got to go pick up my kids. Or, oh, I got to do this.
So they didn't actually get to make the fucking phone calls at all.
They didn't make one goddamn phone call. And then when they come in to sit with me, I'm like, okay, you said you were going to make phone calls. All I asked for you to do was...
It's already 3 p.m. You know what? I'm going to start tomorrow.
Exactly. So that is always getting ready to get ready, right? And I think the solution to that is action. A lot of people are prepping to do things.
Right.
They're saying, okay, well, I have to practice my script, or even before that, let me create the perfect script. There is no perfect script. Get on the phone, take action, learn by fire, right? And make those calls if that's what you're going to do. Now, I'm not always saying making phone calls. We could apply that to anything.
Whatever it is. So getting ready to be ready.
Yes, sending an email campaign, anything.
I think that that's true, and I call that procrastination. Finding the excuses on how not to start doing the things that you need and that you should do to actually generate your business. I think that when you feel like that, you actually need someone to come and slap you in the face and remind you, hey, the bills are coming, collectors are coming, your kid's school is coming.
Yep.
You remember that trip, that vacation, that's coming. How are you gonna pay for that? And you got to be on your toes. I think that one of the things that influence procrastination has to do a lot with personality And I think that for that subject versus and compared to the other one, what was it? Ego versus confidence.
Yep.
That is gonna be a subject with Diana. I think this one could be another one for Diana, which is it comes with the personality, procrastination. Depending on your personality, a lot of agents are planners. A lot of agents like me, we are doers. And I don't pay attention to details. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, right now, we're already promoting our next networking event. It's already in social media. I already got a lot of invitations and acceptance and requests to go to the event. We don't have the venue.
Yeah.
Why? I get to do the thing. And as we're doing it, we figured out the details.
Reality, he actually has me trying to find the venue. So
There you go.
Working
Please,
my ass off.
by
I'm
the
trying
way.
to find it.
So, and I think it's based on personality. It is based on determination by the agent, whoever is the agent. And when you have an agent that is detail oriented, they need to feel prepared. The desk needs to be clean, organized, your leads, open your screens. This is my warm leads, hot leads, follow-ups, whatever. What am I calling today? Let me prospect, music, the environment, the vibe, light up the candle, burn the sage, whatever. Everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're prepping and working on everything to be perfect. They already wasted an hour and a half, something, a phone call, the dishes, the kid, mom, whatever. And they never get to actually take action.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell agents, you just got to get on it and learn as you're doing it, making mistakes. Your job is to have conversations with potential clients, get in front of their face, have a lot of appointments, whether you're prospecting on the phone or not, get a lot of appointments, make a lot of mistakes, because that is the only way to learn. So getting ready to get ready, I think you need to get that out of your mind and just fucking get in, start doing, and become a doer instead of a planner. I think we already have a lot of planners.
Can a planner become a doer?
Absolutely. I believe that as human beings, the minute you learn how to detach, when you learn how to detach from the process, detach from the outcome, and go in without expectations, it's like follow your instinct, like do without thinking. I think that agents need to think less and do more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It reminds me.
Don't think.
Don't think.
Yeah. It's true. Act without thinking. Follow the instinct. Be a fucking animal. Because that's what it takes to actually make it in this industry and this market. And LA, you got to be a fucking animal.
Yeah.
How many agents we have now? Remember the last podcast?
What do you mean, 150?
280, 226,000 agents. Active agents in California.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll tell you what, and this might sound wrong, but it's real. You have to be aggressive. You have to be a man cave to survive in this industry and this market. Because it's not just you, it's 226,000 agents that are active going after the same listing, and it's either you or me and my family.
Yeah.
That's the industry right now. And that's why I'm saying you have to follow the instinct, act without thinking. Because when you think, that's when you start trying to make sure that everything makes sense, and rationalize every single action that you're about to take.
But I like what you're saying with the instinct, but I believe it's more than instinct. They need guidance, right? And so that's why who you work with matters. That's what and when I say guidance,
they need to be hungry.
They have to be hungry, but they need someone there to kind of almost tell them what to do.
But how long can you hold their hand?
Well,
Like, I mean, listen, you got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk them to school when they're 20, 30s?
Hell no.
Okay, you got to let them go.
Yeah.
You show them the basics. This is what you got to do. These are the principles. I'm going to be there watching from the back. If you need me, hopefully it's when you actually have a deal ready to go in escrow or a contract. But if you need me every day to hold your hand and cross the street, it's going to get to the point that I'm going to tell you, you know what?
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I know there are people out there that they're hungry, they're driven, and they need an opportunity to have a real leader guiding them correctly on how to make money and build their business.
Yeah.
And there are people there that they're just wasting your time asking the same question over and over and over.
It's
Become
the
a
same
doer.
Answer. It's the same answer.
So guidance, absolutely. People need guidance. But it comes to the point that it's your responsibility to take action.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to piss you off.
You can't piss me off. I'm the nicest guy.
I'm going to have to slap you. But I think that the problem we have in this industry, guys, is we have a lot of agents and not everyone is hungry. And honestly, when I see these things, it makes me upset. It pissed me off.
Well, let me ask you this. What about...
Like, I'm about to get pissed off right now.
What about like agents with, you see so much potential when you recruit them, you're like, oh, they're on fire, they got it, and then they just fizzle out. Do you think that's on the company, or is that it's all obviously them? Right?
It's the individual. I mentioned it last week. A lot of people that are not successful, they always find a reason and an excuse because it's, by nature, human beings, we're always trying to make sure that we feel okay with the decisions and mistakes that we make.
Yeah.
And we're always going to try to find someone or something to point it out and blame it on.
Yeah.
And so if I'm not successful, I'm going to look at my brokerage and I'm going to blame it on the name. I'm going to blame it on the broker. I'm going to blame it on the TC. I'm going to blame it on the lender. I'm going to blame it on the manager or the team or my last transaction. So we need to take responsibility. And I think that right now in this market, if you really want to make it in business, you got to get serious about your business and not look at it as a realtor. I disagree with NAR. I disagree with CAR. I disagree with all the real estate trainings out there. And I will say the reason why. I disagree with Tom Ferry. I disagree with Mike Ferry. I disagree with Brian Buffini. I disagree with all of those trainings and coaching.
You're going too fast because you can't compare Carr and NAR to Tom Ferry.
All
and
of that,
Ferry.
man. It's like they keep fitting agents on and all this BS
Well,
and
it's
all
a
this
business.
BS.
It's a business. They're trying to make money.
Exactly, but agents need education on business, financing, communication, people's behavior. Agents need to be trained in so many different things, not just how to write a contract.
Yeah.
And I feel that our own industry has this complot that we want to keep training agents on how to become agents, so they're trapped as an agent, and there is no exit out of this bubble of being a realtor. Paying my NMLS fee, or my MLS fee, and the whatever, my Supra and all that. They don't really provide you a lot of training on, hey, this is what you need to understand running a business, running a P&L, running a balance sheet, understanding, LLCs, corporations, how you scale up. Let's say right now, okay, great for your coaching, Winston. I've been doing it for 3 years. For the last couple of years, I've been selling 15 homes. I'm stuck. What do I do?
Start a team.
Okay, how do I start a team? Show me training about starting a team.
There really isn't any.
I mean, perhaps I seen Tom Ferry will show you some things about building a team. But what I'm trying to say is there is a lot of content out there on, oh, you can do this or do that and follow this structure to build a team and scale up and create your compliance and elevate your business and use these, different sources of, prospecting. I know the information is out there. Don't take me wrong. What I'm looking for as an agent is show me the how.
The how to.
What is my fucking first step to go home and take action? Because now I have a lot of information that I pay for. I went to the conference. I came home. I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to conquer the world. I'm going to be top producer agent. 2 days go by. I'm confused. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And right now in our industry, we have a lot of agents that feel that way. They tap out, they have the information, they know they need to do something about it. They don't know where to start or how to start. And that's what we're lacking in this industry.
Yeah.
We're missing that.
So how do we change that? How can it change?
First of all, it has to change in and out. It has to change starting from the agent, finding the right education, the right coaching, showing you the how to now get ready to get ready. And part of that, that's what everything boils down to, or goes back to when I said, follow your instinct, act without thinking. And it's true. As human beings, when we start thinking too much and overthinking, we don't take action because by human nature, our mind is always looking for protection. And instead of looking at, this is how I'm going to get it done, I'm thinking about what if, what is the danger?
Yeah.
What is how I'm going to, potentially fail on doing this? I have agents that have been doing real estate for 14 years with me, 10 years with me, 5 years with me, high producer agents. How many times I tell them, you need to hire people to multiply yourself, prospect, and your job should be just closing deals, bring the contract. You shouldn't be uploading properties in the MLS. 14 years later, they haven't done it. Why? Because naturally, their fear is becoming responsible for now paying a salary and being responsible for another person. Why? Because they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I'm saying just follow the instinct, don't think, just do. It sounds crazy, but it's the man cave mentality. Just do. That's how they created fire.
Yeah,
they started freaking crashing rocks. Fire came out. There you go. We invented fire. We discovered fire. And everything that we have nowadays is by doers, people that are willing to take a risk, experiment. They try things, they fail, but they're not thinking. They're doing, learning, analyzing, coming back and doing again to make it perfect.
Gotcha.
And I think that our agents, they need to do.
All right, enough with the
I'm gonna
doing.
shut up.
Enough with the doing. Let's talk about what you just said, failure. And so you say you could fail to get to perfection. Do you ever get to perfection? Is there such
No.
thing as perfection?
There's nothing perfect.
Nothing perfect,
No.
right?
So we worry too much about perfection nowadays.
I have an agent who joined a training recently. He's making phone calls,
Okay.
right? So I'm not going to plug the company, but you know which company I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
The Habit Guys.
Okay.
Okay. So joined that company, was deathly afraid to make phone calls, right? They have this thing where they track how many calls you make, so on and so forth, and you get different tiers based on how many calls you make per day. This person's actually making literally 200 to 300 phone calls a day.
That's a lot of phone calls.
And here's the thing, it comes back to failure. So he failed probably the first week or two.
Okay.
But now, after just doing, right, going back to the doing thing, he's actually setting appointments, getting off-market listings, things like that. So he had to fail for that first couple of weeks till he started seeing success. So if doers fail early, what do? They just keep going? What do you think?
I think that failure is success. If you actually, I really love to detach from everything sometimes and really learn how to see things from a different perspective.
Okay.
And I think that failure is actually reaching success at a level of you tried this, now you're successful by knowing how not to do it. Which means I'm going to try a different way. And without the failure, you're not able to progress in life or develop new skills or the skills that are required to be successful in this industry. I am probably one of the very few people that every day I wake up looking forward to make mistakes. because I know the only way I learn by my own experience. I feel failure and I learn the best
From your mistakes.
from my own mistakes. So every day I'm looking forward to make mistakes. And obviously along the way, because of my previous failures, I'm making my own, daily success.
So all those failures add up to
I will call it 99% failure represents 1% of success.
Gotcha. That's good thing. So how does an agent who's a non-doer,
Join a team.
non non-doer, right? Who is afraid of failure.
I was just gonna say, do or get do.
Done. A non-doer who is afraid of failure has gotten their license.
Non-doer afraid of failure.
Non-doer.
This is not your industry.
This is not your industry. And,
No.
and how long does that person need to try it till it's time to go?
Listen, I don't think it comes with time. Because when I got in real estate, I did it for about a year, and I wasn't able to sell a house.
But that's common. A lot of people don't sell. You might
It
get a
is,
lease.
but that's when I think that the coaching and the guidance is so important at the beginning, right? When I got into real estate, I was door knocking. I was doing open houses. I was doing farmers markets and swap meets all the way in Long Beach from the valley. So I used to work
And what were you selling at this point?
real estate. My first listing was in Campton. But I spent a year doing the wrong things because the mentor I had was the wrong mentor. And I didn't experience any success. In fact, I was so frustrated that I thought about quitting many times. But when I thought about quitting so many times, I was looking at, okay, what are my other options? I have a job at a restaurant. I'm cleaning tables, making pizza. That's my other option because I don't have a degree. So, I mean, when you don't have that many options, it's like, let me keep trying until I find a way. Or hopefully I find the right mentor, which I did. So it doesn't come with time. I think that as a human being, you know when you have it.
Yeah.
You feel it. It's fire. I mean, real estate for me, I'm passionate about it. And you learn how to develop that passion for the industry, right?
Absolutely.
But when you have that passion and you know, this is my thing, this is my gig, you just learn and you do it until you actually crack the code and you learn.
Yeah.
Now, if you're passive and you're 50-50, it's like in a relationship. When you're dating someone and you're like iffy about it, like 50-50, should I not? Most likely you shouldn't. Because the fact that you're wondering about that relationship, that means you shouldn't be with that person.
That makes
Same
sense.
thing. You're wondering about the industry. Most likely you're not cut for this industry. Takes a lot. Thick skin, backbone, cold blood.
Thinking of, I like the way you put that. You called the non-doers before we started, and it's on tape. You called them lazy.
Why you
How
put me on
much?
the spot?
How much percentage of these agents that we have? You said there were 200. And some, how many of them are lazy? What percentage?
Man, we have a lot of lazy people in our industry. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's honestly, last night I went to sleep at 11. I was working. And as I was falling asleep with my fingers, I'm telling you what I did last night.
What did you do with your fingers? Please tell us. Please tell the audience.
I went to sleep 11 o'clock thinking, okay, 4:30, I got to wake up. I shut out my computer, my phone, everything. With my fingers, I started counting. Okay, I started today at 8. I was at 8 in the morning. I was at the office yesterday. And I started, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, blah. 14 hours. I went 14 hours yesterday.
Wow.
I woke up early again today. And I woke up at 4:30 yesterday. And as I was falling asleep, I'm thinking, shit, I'm still grinding 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
And when you open a company and you're supposed to build a company, you're supposed to kind of like do it for a reason to kind of slow down. But no. But it's the passion and the commitment and the desire to do better every day that you just go.
Yeah.
And you just go. So when I see those things that, hey, I'm doing it 14 hours And you see agents that, oh, I want to drive a Bentley, I want to have so and so, I
gotta
want to
put in
have
the work.
X dollar amount, my income, my clothes, like whatever. And they tell you that their dreams, targets, goals, whatever, and you see them like they're working half-ass 6 hours a day
Not
and
even.
expecting to hit 7 digits. I'm like, it pissed me off.
Yeah. As it
It
should.
pissed me off, and honestly, there is no secret in this industry, and most likely in any other industry other than commitment, hard work. That's it.
It just reminds me of the conversation I had
So
today.
yes, there is a lot of
Lazy.
lazy people.
So
Lazy.
I had a one-on-one today, and I said to the person, I said, look, they said, I want to be successful now. I don't want to wait. I just want to figure it out. And I said, well, here's the answer. Be the hardest working person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And in by the room, obviously, I mean the office.
Right.
You want other people to say, God damn, he or she works so much. Like, I see you. I'm older than you, just a little bit. And, I don't put in
15 years.
I don't put in 14 hours. I put in 12 hours. But
Still a lot.
But that 2 hours that you're pushing it, I see it. And it drives me some days to go and push it even further. Luckily, I have my wife, shout out to my wife, who pulls me back in and says, you better get your ass home.
Yeah.
But even your wife sometimes will tell you, get your ass home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so lazy people out there. Okay, good.
I think honestly that, look, real estate is not complicated. Selling a house is super simple, bro. Selling a house is very simple. The process is just follow the step A through C.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you close the first one, the second one is follow the same process, A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're, I don't know, making a pasta or pizza, whatever you do.
I beg to differ that because every deal is so goddamn different.
Listen,
Every
selling
deal-
a house, Winston, is simple.
No,
and
you
people
got-
might disagree. You're disagreeing, but selling a house is simple. The problem with this industry and the problem why most realtors, not just in LA, not just in California, but nationwide, including Florida. I was actually having a conversation with an agent from Miami, not from Sync. She's with Compass. She used to be in New York, relocated to Miami, and we were talking about work ethic. And the industry of selling a house, real estate, is very simple. And the problem is we don't know how to acquire the client and retain the client. We are lazy to do the sweat equity, the work to generate the client. Reason why so many agents finding a sponsor or they spend their own money buying leads from Zillow, Redfin, you name it. They buy leads. Why? Because they don't want to work to earn the client. They're always expecting the minute I get that incoming phone call or email and I return it, it turns into a
deal.
contract.
Yeah. That's
And if
not-
it doesn't happen with the first or second call,
throw it away.
they lose the motivation because they're thinking money. They lose the motivation and they move to the next one. And that's the rat race of realtors. Real estate is simple. Selling a house is simple. The minute a realtor learns how to acquire their own clients and nurture those clients to develop a relationship, they will sell so many homes. And immediately right after that, when you create a retention program for your clients, you will have business forever for as long as you are part of the industry.
Well, it's funny you say that because you suck at that part.
I do suck and I don't have customer service and I admit it and I'm proud of that.
So I remember one story, share some stories. We had one client that we were working together and we finished closing the deal and I show up with a nice expensive bottle of champagne for the client,
What property was that?
Martha Street.
I don't even remember the
Yeah,
property.
of course, you don't remember that. You probably don't even remember
Oh,
the
that was
client.
that Martha Street. Oh, yeah, Sherman Oaks.
Sherman Oaks, yeah. So close that. I came with champagne. I said, "Are you going to make it?" He's like, "I'm going to try and make it." I don't think you even showed up.
I didn't.
Hey, you were like, hey, listen, take care of it for me. I had a nice champagne, card, all this stuff, saying thank you for allowing us to
Which
work
is
with
the
you.
right thing to do, by the way.
Correct. And when I called you, I said, oh, this is what I did. You said, oh, look at you. How nice. You take care of your clients, So
Mike actually did the same thing with the 2 deals when Mike started and I was coaching him. We closed 2 deals, and he was the one who bought the car, wrote the message, bought the bottle, balloons, took the selfie, posted in social media.
Yeah.
I show up. I just showed up and I was part of the photo.
And the clients probably said, who's this guy?
But you know what's the funny part? The clients keep coming back to me.
Of course. That's what I was just going to say. Although you suck at that part.
I don't have customer service in terms of
Retention.
yes.
Yeah.
But when a client comes to me and gives me the opportunity to do business with them,
They know you're going to get the job
I'll
done.
get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I had more customer service, and I wish I had a better retention plan for my own clients. When I was obviously in production, I would have closed so many deals.
Yeah.
And so I own it. I don't have it, and it's something for agents not to learn from me, because you have great customer service, you have great patience, and you really take the time to you have a lot more patience.
You just said that twice, so I must have a lot
Did
of
I?
patience.
I don't,
I know you don't.
which is an issue.
And I love this story.
Oh, okay.
This story, we're actually looking at a program, a system where someone was selling me on a system. They did a great job selling me on this system, right? And I was so excited to put it in front of Andreas. So I got the meeting together, and we're there, and the guy's starting to do his speech, his sales pitch. And Andreas starts off, I don't want to hear, I don't have time for that. Just tell me how much, and is there a commitment? I mean, that was it. He didn't care what it did. He just wanted to know the price and is there a commitment?
I remember that Zoom meeting.
And I was so embarrassed for the gentleman.
Were you?
Yeah, because I mean,
How many times I made you feel embarrassed?
Let's see.
You lost count, huh?
How many times did my tail go between my legs? Probably 150,000 times.
You lost count.
But yeah, your patience definitely, because you're a doer, right? And doers don't have time to.
No, we do have the time.
Okay. You have the time to
We're
deal
just wired backwards.
Okay.
Like I consider myself, I'm wired backwards, going back to the subject, planning. No, what is it? Getting ready to be ready,
Yeah,
and then planning to be ready and executing later.
Yeah, always planning.
I feel and I see myself, I'm wired differently. I do backwards stuff, and it's like, sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I want to know what's the bottom line, what's the purpose, what's the price. And now if I have interest, and that goes back to also respecting your time, right? So it might be disrespectful, but at the same time, I'm doing it to respect your time, my own time. So if I know the price is something that I will consider, if I know the purpose is good and it will help our business, now I develop the interest. Now, okay, Winston, show me the platform. Now I have interest. But if you tell me this is the purpose and this is the price, I'm not going to do. It's not in the budget. You're wasting 30 minutes of presentation because I'm not going to buy.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. So I think as agents, if I want to make 200,000, 100,000, start backwards. That's the number I want. It boils down to the principles. Just grab the phone, make the phone call. Once that person answers on the other side, you have two options: hang up or speak up.
Yeah.
Most likely, even if you don't know what to say, you're just gonna say something. I mean, it might sound stupid. But you're gonna get an answer. Yeah. Most likely a rejection. But you need a lot of rejections in life.
Of course.
Rejections are amazing.
So it almost seems like rejection is almost like failure. You need those failures move forward. So you need to be rejected.
You need challenges. You need rejections. You need failure. You need
Look
no's.
how we've come full
You
circle.
you need slaps in the face.
So everything that these people who are getting ready to go
And
back.
if they're not willing to put up with that, might as well. This is the time to find a job with benefits.
Look at this guy. He doesn't have any patience. So the people who are getting ready to get ready need to expect to fail. They need to expect to also get rejected. And instead of looking at it as a negative thing, if you expect that you're going to be rejected, you expect that there's going to be failure, then there's success because you're going to move forward versus always getting ready to get ready.
And I think it's very important to define success. And just the fact of you taking action, you're already successful.
Correct.
Success is not, oh, I got a listing appointment or I got a contract. Success is that the fact that you're doing the things that you weren't doing the day before, and you took the determination to make those 5 phone calls or 50 phone calls, even if you didn't get shit that day, that's success right there. That's progress. I got out of my comfort zone. I blocked out the excuses and the procrastination, the getting ready to be ready, and I did.
Yep.
I'm a doer. That right there is your success for the day.
I like it.
Next day, you already did it once, you're going to do it twice. Third day, next week. And then it becomes, that's how you start developing this routine, this, behavior. And then, it just becomes part of your day.
It becomes natural. Yeah.
So we need more doers. We need more doers. And honestly, I really love to be very transparent with agents. And like I said, some people might hate us. Some people might love us. And other people will be grateful for the message because we're going to be saving you time and headaches. Real estate comes with a lot.
I agree.
And yes, you can make amazing amount of money, develop beautiful relationships, have a great lifestyle. But unless you have the commitment and determination to do things, you won't be successful.
Well, actually, from hearing all this shit, I'm ready to go out there and door knock right now.
How many times we talk about, and we say it all the time. Hey, we need to hire agents. We need to grow the company. Quality agents, by the way.
Yep.
And sometimes I'm part of that. We create the schedule. Something comes up. We didn't make the calls.
Yep.
We didn't prospect. I didn't follow up. I'm part of that.
Yeah. We all
Right?
do it. Yeah.
But you know what? As long as you can acknowledge and recognize that, hey, I dropped the ball, but tomorrow I'll pick it up and do it twice.
Don't lie to yourself. That's
That's
the main thing.
I love that.
Don't
I think
lie
that
to
we
yourself.
lie to ourselves all the time,
That's the problem.
which means that if you can be honest with yourself, then you can be honest with
others.
everybody else. Shit, wow. If you lie to yourself,
That's a golden nugget, everybody.
most likely you will
Golden
be
nugget
lying
right
to
there.
everyone else.
Golden nugget.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Great content. Great
very
content.
Good, very good
so,
stuff.
how do we close this thing? Procrastination. I mean, I'm an agent. I'm procrastinating. What do I do? How do I get out of that thing?
I could answer it as simple after everything we just talked about right now. It's literally take action. That's
Do.
it. Just do it.
Be an animal.
Be like a tennis shoe and just do it.
Be an animal.
Be an animal.
It applies to female, male. Actually, I love females in business.
Oh yeah.
They're animals.
I love females in real estate. They are tigers. I mean, it is amazing.
That is a subject, and we need to pick some strong woman to come and do this podcast.
Strong women.
Women.
Women. Yes. We don't need just
My
one.
English is my second language.
ESLL.
To do this thing, because industry-wise, company-wise, our best producers are female. And I love that, and I admire that, and we need to come up with just an episode just for that.
Absolutely. I'm all for it. All for
Love
it.
it, guys.
You
We're good?
I'm good.
Hey guys, another great episode. I hope you guys like it. And in advance, if I said something that hurt your feelings, I don't care. But thank you for following us. Social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, your top.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans for Winston. Make sure to make a comment, share, and make a suggestion. What's the topic that you guys want us to actually speak up, and share with you? The whole thing about doing this is deliver value and hopefully help someone out there to not make mistakes, or if you made the mistakes already, how to just get back on track and really build your business and your career in real estate. And from my side, everything that I speak up, and I speak up my mind and my heart, is coming with love, from a very humble place. So thank you for following us. You did an amazing job picking up this topic, and I'm very excited for the next episode. I'll make sure Diana's here next week.
Yes, let's bring her, and a bottle of wine too.
Bottle of wine and no cigars, no sage.
Sage.
Thank you, guys.
All right.